Hey everyone out there in the land of YouTube, this is Annette Dion. I'm the host and founder of the Psychic News Network. And I'm setting up here. Today's October 8th, 2023. It's Sunday. And it occurred to me that I had made you a couple of promises last week, and one was that I said that if anything major happened, I would be back. And I also, on Thursday, I promised you a sunset. And I was on the fence about whether to come out and do a vid. Just want to show you the waves. And then I said to myself, I pride myself on keeping my promises, so something major has happened. And I want to acknowledge our collective grief. Kind of because I don't feel like it's healthy for us to pretend that everything's fine, we're all fine. Like that shirt that Makara sent me that said, I'm fine, everything's fine, really I'm fine, and it's a frazzled looking cat. It's really important for us to keep our wits about us. It's really important for us to pray for Israel and Palestine and all the innocent civilians in war zones. They're saying it's the equivalent of a 9/11 in terms of shock and devastation. There are people that are being held hostage. There are just some really hard things going on, and we are all psychic. We are all connected, and we're all psychic. And if you think you don't feel it, you do. You definitely do. I'm struck by the beauty. Let's just watch the waves for a little bit. I may move over here until the sun goes down. Actually, let me do this. I timed it just right. I have my cards, and we're going to look at a few things. I know that I came to you from this area, a different spot, but the same area, on Thursday, and I was feeling very somber, and there's, as you all know, there was a lot going on in our government, and a lot of Nazi language from, the former guy. And a lot of things that just sort of like made you go, whoa, really? Did he really just say that? Did that really just happen? Are we really gonna not have a functioning government in the United States? We have played a role in the world for decades, since the world wars, since World War II, we've played a role as being the voice of reason, and the country that was prosperous enough to help in so many situations. And of course, we don't even have to get started about all the mistakes the United States has made and how corrupt things have been here and there, and that's kind of the way of humanity. But I was really feeling scared and nervous about what was rumbling. And then Hamas attacked Israel. I kind of think that's what I was picking up on. I was really concerned about violence in the United States coming up, unexpectedly. That's, within the realm of possibilities too. Oh, I can see now. Please check out Church of Spirituality today. It's I put in a lot of work and do my best to inspire and uplift, even during really troublesome times. We are powerful together. I apologize for keeping on moving my camera. I just want to give you a really good view and keep the stand steady on the unsteady, uneven rock. I hope you're doing okay. We'll meet again tomorrow at Psychic News Network live stream so we can chat. I'm going to pull 3 cards about this war. I just feel like it's worth mentioning that when Putin invaded Ukraine, I was so devastated that I took a full 3 months off from the Psychic News Network. It was heavy. It was too much. I didn't feel like... I was just so... The devastation was so intense that I really couldn't. As far as Hamas and Israel, I'm remembering that a little while back when they were working hard on protesting Netanyahu's abuse of the justice system, that I said that I saw him being arrested, and it might be that Netanyahu was taken hostage or taken captive in some way. That might be what I was seeing. As far as what's going on in Israel, the rest of the world is trying to figure out how to bring it into perspective and some kind of a sense. The 3 of Cups is there's a coming together of other nations. So just know that it's not only up to the United States, it's up to the entire world to help as we can. The Knight of Rods. Joe Biden's going to be steady throughout this. I do sense that everything is connected, and the rise of anti-Semites and the rise of Nazism and the rise of white supremacy, the rise of a former president. I mean, I'm saying the rise like the loudness, it's the increase in the volume of the former guy, and spewing Hitler-esque, well, direct quotes from Hitler's speeches during interviews. Everything's connected. I'm just talking about energy. I'm not talking about it's his fault or it's that person's fault. I'm just talking about energetically. That has amped up. And it's not a coincidence that fascism and Nazism and white supremacy is going on, and then Israel is attacked. Everything's connected. So I'm afraid that this war is going to be months and hopefully not years, but there's no easy fix and there's no fast ending. And let me just take a look. And it's very, very scary that we don't have a functioning government right now. I'm going to do my best, like I did on Thursday. While I was driving back on Thursday from here, when I did that video, I got the news that Trump leaked our highest security secrets at Mar-a-Lago to the Australian billionaire. And so, you know, there's a lot of tension in the air. And I'm not telling you this to make you more tense. I'm telling you this so that we know that we're together. It's really hard when people are kind of freaking out and feeling scared and feeling lonely and feeling like, oh, they don't know what's going to happen next, and they don't really have anybody to lean on, and they don't feel supported. It's really hard when nobody's acknowledging that, you know what, I feel that way too. We used to talk to each other, right? I encourage you to call somebody. I also want to mention that on the way here today to this spot, I just saw a guy walking down the street, just a kind of a young man, and he had a brownish shirt on, and it said love in big letters. And it affected me. It made me feel like, hope. So I just want to mention that if you wear something like that, if you wear love is the answer, or Midas touch has a shirt, I have it. It says, we will not let hate win. Anything like that is going to help to bring up the collective energy. So let's focus on love. We're being called on to focus on love. In so many ways, we're in an existential crisis. So that's, we're not here for no reason. We're here to bring one another up and together. Let me just read on Biden. In the face of what's happened, it's very challenging for Biden. It's very challenging not to have a functioning government. The Four of Rods is it's just what I was saying. Biden is going to help to stabilize things to the best of his ability, and the Two of Rods. So the Two of Pentacles and the Two of Rods coming up both are indicative of we're in a time of it's a balancing act. We're in a time where it's like, like in an emergency. If you were an EMT, it would be like, okay, we need to stabilize the patient. And the patient is humanity. So we'll be in a time, we're trying to figure things out in our American government. We're trying to, support our president. And in the face of this devastation that's going on with another war, gosh, the yahoos and the fascist Republicans, they're just looking like worse and worse and worse, and like a bunch of freaking idiots. Let's take a look. I did ask the pendulum recently whether there'd be a new speaker, Republican House Speaker, by next week, and I got no before. And since I didn't bring my pendulum, I'm just going to take a look and see. I'm going to take a look and see what's going to unfold there. The light is changing so fast. Bring this up a little bit. You will see the sunset. I made sure. Look at the two sort of branches, like seagrass popping up there. It's like I keep coming up with the two of Pentacles, twos that are about coming into balance. So how it's going to go for the Republicans this week, and they're selecting, gosh, in the face of what's going on in Israel, to think of like a Jim Jordan being Speaker of the House it's horrifying. Let's all pray that by some miracle things get flipped around, and the people that are competent, and the people that are sensible, and the people that aren't total moron idiots like Hakeem Jeffries, let's just pray for a miracle that the Democrats are able to take over. These are extenuating circumstances. This is what's going on in the Republican Party, which I feel weird even calling it a Republican Party because it's a fascist party. They're tied up. There's the Two of Rods again. See how the Two of Rods kind of reminds you of what's nature speaks. See how that is? That's pretty cool. And I'll get the sun card and we'll see the sun behind it. The Magician is indicative of changing the rules around to meet these extenuating circumstances. I actually see the need arise for like kind of a brand new law or brand new way of doing things in the face of this current crisis in the Republican Party. But the Eight of Rods means I don't think they're going to pick a speaker this week. I don't think it's going to happen. And things like aid for Israel and aid for Ukraine, which we're able to handle. I heard somebody speaking in some interview who said that to the American taxpayer, it's like $1 per person or something, the aid to Ukraine. It comes down to like $1 per person or less that it's costing America to aid Ukraine, which is about stopping fascism from taking over the world. So we have the means. And in the face of what's going on now with Israel, you know, the people in America that are anti-Semites, as if it's not horrible enough. Like somebody like Marjorie Trader Green, you know, it's just like, can it be highlighted anymore what monsters they are? Pretty monstrous to say, no, we're not going to help them. We don't want to help the Democrats. It's about helping humanity. I'm going to pick 3 cards about Matt Gaetz. To be out in this beautiful environment and read on Matt Gaetz. Talk about polar opposites. Matt Gaetz is a fool. He's an absolute idiot. What's going to happen with him? The Queen of Rods is here. This is some female prosecutor coming down on him. And the Four of Cups is showing me that Matt Gaetz has got some blind spots. Oh, good wave crash over here. Wait, you have to catch these waves. When I look at, you know, the Fool and the Four of Cups, Matt Gaetz is making himself look as bad as he possibly can. It's almost like, how stupid can I make myself look? It's really bad. It's really terrible. And I do feel like a Putin influence there. By the way, this is the same place that I did the sunrise service back in April. Not this exact spot, but the same park. I feel like the Queen of Rods is a female who's going to read Matt Gaetz' The Riot Act. It's probably Liz Cheney. I definitely see Liz Cheney. Ooh, what I'm picking up on is Jim Jordan being, you know, one of the people that's up for the position, sort of Speaker of the House. I feel like Liz Cheney puts a stop to that, and Matt Gaetz is connected to Liz Cheney putting a stop to that. That'll be interesting to see how that unfolds. We'll cover a lot more tomorrow. Mostly I came out here to give you a calm environment. I just see Putin smiling at the fascist Republicans. Let's look at Russia. Well, the Kremlin. Let's look at the Kremlin. I'm always amazed at how much the light changes in the course of like 13, 14 minutes. 18 minutes in. This is about Putin. There's a change of fortune for the Kremlin. It's not good. The snake is standing out in a negative way. The Six of Cups. The connection to Russia with January 6th is going to become very clear. And the Queen of Cups. We're going to hear something about the information that was leaked by the former guy. We're going to call him that today. The former guy, because it's too much muck and ick to plow through. So we're just going to call him the former guy. What he revealed about the proximity of the United States submarines, nuclear submarines, and how close they could get to the Russian submarines without being detected, that's going to be what details of what Trump revealed are coming out very soon. And we're all going to be taking a look at it. And I feel like it's going to take Trump off the ballot. He's not on the ballot, but, you know, I feel like that is going to take Trump off being considered. I hear voices. Oh. Never fails. There's always like people show up. The more the merrier. I feel like what what Trump did was revealing that very important top secret information. I feel like that's going to make him ineligible to be president of the United States. He's already way ineligible anyway. And by the way, with this attack on Israel, when we go back and we look at what the Nazis, the white supremacists, and who Trump is notably hobnobbing with all the time, all that cumulatively in the face of our sensitivity to what's happening with the Jewish people, it's going to pile up. There's going to be a culmination. It's going to pile up. And it's going to pile up to a point where we would look so heinous on the world stage to have Donald Trump on the ballot. We would look so shameful that I actually feel like that's going to be the tipping point, that Trump is an anti-Semite. That's going to be the tipping point. There are a lot of people in America. My heart goes out to all the Jewish communities in America. This is, and a lot of them have families in Israel. This is devastating. This is difficult. This is like Israel's 9/11. And I really do see organizations standing up and saying, not on our watch. Not on our watch does Donald Trump, the anti-Semite, the racist, evil, satanic, malignant narcissist, sadist, sociopath, crazy person, not on our watch. Not with everything that's going on in the world. He cannot be allowed on the ballot for president of these United States of America. It ain't happening. The sun is setting. What did Letitia James say? The Donald Trump show is over. After that sun goes down, you're going to see the most beautiful sky. So see, I kept my promise to give you a sunset. And I kept my promise to come back if something big happened, which I just remembered a little bit earlier. I did say that, and I didn't really know when I said I'd come back if something big happened. I didn't know why I said that the other day on Friday. It just popped out of my mouth, so I guess I kind of knew something big was going to happen. 3 more cards for the collective. Oh, the clouds over there are getting really pink. I'll give you a panoramic view in a little bit after I pick 3 cards for the collective. The Queen of Cups keeps coming up. That's indicative of the nurturing nature of people. And the King of Rods and the Death card. There's a huge change that's going to happen in America. Huge change. This attack on Israel is shifting things in a huge way. And I think it's what I just told you about Donald Trump. No way, he's out of here. We can't have a racist, anti-Semite, white supremacist on the ballot. Hello, it's time to wake up. Right? Okay, so thank you so much for tuning in. I'm going to give you a panoramic view before I go. And it's suddenly going to get very dark here. But isn't it beautiful? This is the most beautiful time of year. And the leaves are changing. It's really quite special. Before I go, please go to psychicannetdion.com and book your spot in the live stream. Book a ticket for tarot. Learn tarot in 2 hours at the castle. I love you guys so much. I wouldn't be me without you. Ooh, there's a really, really nice view right there. Watch the clouds. see the ocean. Okay, I gotta go. Love you all. See you soon. Namaste.